Good morning, guys. It's not quite 6 a.m. and yes, I'm up this early on most days. My husband and daughter are still sleeping, so I'm keeping the volume down a little bit, but I want to show you my morning skincare routine as a dermatologist and some of the changes I make to my routine for the fall and winter. So let's get into it. So my morning skincare routine, the goals are really to protect, prevent, and treat. What I mean by that is obviously protect against ultraviolet radiation and damage to my skin, to prevent some of the signs of aging. You know, I'm in my late 30s, so that is one of my main goals these days. And to treat is because I'm prone to hormonal acne, so in the morning, depending on how my skin looks, I will add in a little treatment for that. I usually keep the theme pretty simple, which is gentle cleanser, antioxidant serum, and then for the fall, I'd like to add in a hydrating serum, a thick moisturizer, eye cream, and sunscreen. Now, my skin type is more dry combination skin, and for the fall winter being super cold here in Minneapolis, and the fact that I have to wear a surgical mask on a regular basis for work, my skin moisture barrier just takes a huge toll. So that is also another thing I really think about when it comes to my morning routine. Usually that just means incorporating a thicker, more rich moisturizer, and then cutting back on some of the acids that I would use on a regular basis, adding in a hydrating serum, and then also making changes to my sunscreen to make sure they're more on the moisturizing and hydrating side. So I like to start the morning off with a gentle creamy cleanser, and I use this throughout the season because usually at night I like to put on a richer moisturizer, a thicker moisturizer, and sometimes I'll even spot treat really dry areas with petrolatum. So I really like to remove that before, for the morning. And so cleansers that I am currently using is from Cetaphil, their Gentle Clear Acne Cleanser. This contains 2% salicylic acid. That's going to help a little bit with acne control, and this is very gentle. It actually reminds me of CeraVe's hydrating cleanser. Contains salicylic acid, and so this is just a very creamy cleanser that doesn't foam. If you know me, you know I am obsessed with vitamin C antioxidant serums. That is a must-have in my routine every day. In the winter here, I find it to be really nice to switch to a lighter lotion or emulsion because it's more hydrating. And one that I've been using and I've really been loving recently is the one from Aczone, their C+ Advanced Antioxidant Serum. Now, this contains a lipid-soluble vitamin C, has the next best level of evidence when it comes to efficacy, and it's very stable. And the beauty of this, because it's lipid-soluble, it often means that it's formulated in a lighter lotion or emulsion, so it's not going to burn or sting as much as those that are in a water-based formulation. Vitamin C contains vitamin E, other plant antioxidants, and squalene that's going to be helpful for your skin barrier. I personally think this formulation is great if you are looking to switch up your vitamin C serum for a more hydrating one for the fall and winter. If you have dry and sensitive skin, this would be one I really recommend. It's also fragrance free. It's pretty gentle and very suitable for those with a sensitive skin. For the winter, I like adding on a hydrating serum. I'm plus or minus for the summer because I find that hydrating serums, depending on the formulation, can be quite sticky in the summertime, especially when it's really humid. And one that I have been absolutely loving is from Vichy, their new Mineral 89 Prebiotic Concentrate. I think this is by far my favorite hyaluronic acid serum from them. Really loved Mineral 89. I love the science behind it and their ability to really protect and soothe the skin barrier, which is often something I really need these days with all of the masks that I wear. But this formulation is super amazing because not in addition to their hyaluronic acid and volcanic water, this also contains 4% niacinamide that's going to help with skin barrier protection and support, also help with sebum control, help with a little bit of acne control. There's some data showing that prebiotic ingredients can again help with those with eczema and dry skin. Now I'm prone to hormonal acne, and so if I do get a breakout here and there, obviously I put on treatments the night before. But if I feel like I need something addition in the morning, two things that I tend to grab. Number one is a prescription Aczone. So this is Dapsone. It's a prescription antibiotic that I personally find to be really helpful and work really well for my skin, and I use this to spot treat acne, or two, if I feel like I have a little like clog pore coming on that may break out to a bigger acne and I want to get that under control so it doesn't continue to develop, I would just use like a little spot treatment of salicylic acid, and this is just one from Clean and Clear. This is what I love salicylic acid for, really, is to spot treat individual lesions. Now the next thing is eye cream. It's not necessary, but you know, after my mid-30s, that is something, in addition to neck cream, which I use for the evening, I have incorporated into my daily routine. And for the morning, because I wake up, I'm kind of puffy, I want to feel a little more awake, I love cooling eye creams that have a roller. It picks me up a little bit like morning coffee, but too, that massage roller technique really helps to really get the blood flowing, lymphatics flowing, and just helps to quickly depuff. One that I've been loving is the one from Charlotte Tilbury, their Cryo Recovery Eye Serum. And really, I love this cooling metal tip applicator. Literally, even sitting on my bathroom counter in the morning when it touches my skin, it's really cooling, and I find that massage technique again really helps to instantly depuff and makes me feel a little more awake. The second to last step is a moisturizer before my SPF, and I do use a separate moisturizer mostly because my skin is more dehydrated, dry. Summer, sometimes I just skip and use a moisturizer and sunscreen in one, but because the winter is so dry and cold here, with the addition of a mask, I do find that using a separate moisturizer before my sunscreen is really, really helpful for me. So I like to use one that is just well formulated but doesn't feel heavy or greasy, it absorbs really quickly, and then sits nicely under my sunscreen. So one that I have been a huge fan of, you guys see me talk about all the time, is the one from La Roche-Posay, their Tolerian Double Repair Facial Moisturizer. This one also actually comes in a moisturizer and SPF in one. So if you are like a simple person, simple gal, simple guy, and you just want one that works well as a moisturizer and sunscreen, check out that one. But this one is really nice because it's got ceramides, glycerin, niacinamide, that's going to help to support my skin barrier health, skin moisture barrier, but also it absorbs really quickly and it doesn't feel sticky or greasy, but still keeps my skin really, really hydrated and moisturized. And this moisturizer, I do believe, is a great one that can be used by everyone, even those with oily skin. It just really depends on the timing of use. And what I mean by that is it's oil-free, it's lightweight. So for those with, like, say, oily skin and you live in a colder climate like myself here in Minneapolis, I think this is a great one to use for the winter. And then for individuals with really dry skin but is seeking a lighter moisturizer for the summer, this would be a great one to try. So this is really by far one of my favorite moisturizers of all time. So I put this on, let it absorb, and then I will actually go and brush my teeth, and so that would be like a couple minutes. And after this is absorbed, then I will layer on my SPF, and then I'm pretty much done. Lastly, I want to show you the current sunscreen that I'm using. The one that I've been using, that I switched to for the fall and winter, is the one from Glytone. They're Hydrolipid UV mineral only SPF. This one I really like because it's very moisturizing. It contains hyaluronic acid and squalane. I do find that a lot of mineral sunscreens feels more drying on my skin, but this one, it doesn't. So I love that, and I think it's a great switch for the fall and winter. And it is non-tinted. First rub it in, it does kind of look white and pasty, but after you just like rub it all in and give it a minute, it actually looks really nice and doesn't give you that white sheen look at all. Usually go in with like a couple passes of this, or say if I want some additional coverage, I'll use this, wait for like a minute or two, and then apply another mineral based tinted sunscreen afterwards. So that's it, guys. That's my morning routine. I love trying new products, and I do switch them up a bit depending on the season, but overall my steps are pretty much consistent throughout the year. Comment below with what you're currently using for the winter and fall, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.